double chins. You can actually make someone look like double chins. By contouring. Contouring is really good. Highlighting gives it a glow. So you can actually highlight these areas in here, because it'll give you that glow on your skin. So contouring and highlighting is really essential. Yeah, what else?
Just got lip gloss.
Yeah, lip gloss, blush, mascara, eyeliner.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, today you're just going to be learning the basics of makeup application, just so you can feel comfortable with what to use. What would be the best alternative to add to your makeup kit? Brushes. What brushes would be ideal to use, like for foundation, eye brush, whatever. And it's how to apply your own makeup, so that way you feel comfortable applying your own, and you feel confident to buy your own products as well. So let's get started with foundation and concealer primer application. Okay, so first of all, how to choose foundation. How do you normally choose your foundation?
Skin color.
Skin tone, yeah. So when you go to the counter, like, how do you normally take? What would you do?
I always have to mix mine because I reckon like there's no colours that are exact.
That's perfect
Yeah,
actually.
you
You
never
always
find
can
right.
always get two foundations. You mix them together. Because it's true, because no skins are always the same to that foundation.
Yeah.
So that's a good way of doing it as well. Perfect way of finding the right shade is apply 3 tones on your cheek. So 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, whichever one sinks into the skin and you can't see it, that's the one that's right for you. If you've got a harsh line, you can see that foundation, it's not suited to your skin. It has to kind of set into your skin.
I usually do it on my hand.
It's best to draw it like just on here or here, because on your hand you can't really see that look. Whereas with your skin, you'll notice straight away which ones. It's actually best to go to the counter with nothing on your skin. So that way they can see the tone of your skin. Also, if you've got oily skin, try to go for oil-free mattifying foundation. Dry skin, try to go for like a moisturising foundation. Combination, they can have cream powder base. Mineral foundations are actually really in fashion now, so everyone's using mineral foundation as well. Okay. So basically we're using foundation to hide blemishes, spots, anything that you want to kind of get rid of. But foundation is not there to actually get rid of blemishes. Concealer is. So the concealer primer is the one that's actually perfecting the skin. Foundation is what's going on top, and then you just finish off with finishing powder as well. Eye primer. Has anyone used an eye primer before?
Yeah.
Concealer, yeah. So basically at the top with a concealer brush and lift it upwards, and it'll hide the dark circles. Always go for 1 to 2 shades lighter than your actual foundation with the concealer, because that's where the dark spots are. That's where most people are always tired, and that's the delicate eye area. So try and hit it 1 or 2 shades lighter so you can actually hide that dark circles. And also the application. How do you apply your foundation as well? How do you apply it?
I'm bad. I use my hands. Sometimes I use them, but I reckon they absorb too much of the foundation.
The
Yeah,
sponges?
it just gets
Yeah.
stuck in the.
What about brushes? Foundation brush.
I feel like it's really weird to use a brush in liquid.
What's that?
I feel like really weird.
It's
to use a
actually, it
brush.
gives you an airbrush look. It's actually the best look to go for. I like my MAC. I'll show you. MAC has the round and it has the square, but I like the round because the face is round. We don't really have a square face, do we? So I like the round because the square, I can't work with a square one. So that's the 190 MAC. And I find if you use your foundation, I find you get a more even coverage by working inward, like upwards. So never downwards, because always remember you're lifting. You're lifting the makeup. You want the makeup to lift your face. You don't want it to kind of drag your face down. So always up, down, and towards. You want to blend out towards the hairline, so you can't see no foundation. So you don't want to see. You know how some people you'll see that line.
Yeah,
And always take your foundation down here. Blend it down, because you don't want two different colours. Do you know what I mean? So always try and blend it down to your decolletage as well. Because you don't want to see. Yeah, that's like, you know when you see someone's like, oh, and then like different colour?
Yeah, I hate
You
that.
don't want that in the photos. You want all colour as well. So, who wants to sit for the application demonstration of how to do primer and then foundation? Who wants to do the basically?
I'll do
Who wants to do the
it. No
model?
one wants to do it.
You want to be a model? So I'll just show you.
Where do you want to see?
Just on this chair over here, Nicole.
Do you need your
Okay, first of all, we're starting with the eye primer. Lift up, Nicole. Covering the dark circles. Okay. Okay, can you see the difference? How we kind of covered the dark circles. And I like to take it on the bridge of the nose a little bit, so you can't see nothing. Lift it upwards and drag it out. So 1 to 2 shades lighter. And down. So with the eyes, I tend to always, I like using my fingers. I use the brush to apply, but just to rub it in, because the eye is so delicate, I don't know, I just like to use my fingers. In, out. Okay. Now we've done her eyes. Now to conceal, we can conceal like any blemishes. Let's do concealer. So I'll go number 2. Any blemishes you want to hide? What's that? Any blemishes, just dot them on. And we take the brush, foundation brush, and we just work it upwards in. You can go under. Okay, so we've done the concealer. Now the primer. Primer is basically, it's also a moisturiser and a primer in one. So it's there to actually moisturise and it's there to perfect and minimise the pores and just to even out the skin complexion before the foundation. So once we've done that.
So you do use primer on top of concealer.
Conceal first and primer because if primer